Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Elden Ring video. In today's video, it is a little different. I'm bringing you an ultimate intelligence guide to help you guys work your way through the game and then eventually up to Shadow of the Erdtree. So I'm going to be providing you stat distributions from level 50, 100, 150, and then of course ultimate 200, and I'll showcase the build that I'm using right here in the background gameplay. But if you guys, of course, want a ultimate starter guide, you guys know that I have a astrologer starter guide that a lot of you have been watching. So I'll just put that link up in the cards right now. So if you guys want to have a starter video on how to start off with the astrologer, then go watch that video and then come back to this one once you get further into the game. I also have another build pretty much towards end game, is a Dark Moon build that kind of feeds off of that. So if you want to take a look at that video, I'll post that card up right now as well. So that way you have a starter guide, something to work towards, and then ultimately you'll have this build that I will provide for you guys. So if you guys like this video, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. This will probably be my last Elden Ring video for a while, but of course if you guys are looking for other builds, or if you want more guides like this with the other stats, then leave a comment down below. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the background gameplay, the build that I have going is my new and improved Spellblade build. This is using the new Ash of War, the Carian Sovereignty. This Ash of War is absolutely busted, especially for intelligence builds. You can do absolutely massive damage, especially with the setup that I have here. So we're applying debuffs, we have our magic sigil, and then as you see here, I'm doing 10,000 up to 20,000 damage in a single Ash of War swipe. So with this build, I'm going to show you guys the setup and the stat distribution, and then I'm going to show you guys the stat distribution from level 50 all the way up to level 150 with some tips and tricks on what you guys want to go for and stuff like that. Alright, so first things first, I'm using the Claymore with the Cold Affinity on it with the Carian Sovereignty Ash of War, of course. And I'm using the Claymore because it has Standard and Pierce, which Pierce has one of the best damage types in the game. I have a Sacred Dagger with the Golden Vow Ash of War. You can also use the Consumable if you want, but just in case if you don't have that, you can also rock this dagger with that on it. With my offhand, I'm using the Carian Regal Scepter, one of the best staffs in the game, especially at this level. Plus, it'll boost our Full Moon Sorcery, which we are using the Rani Dark Moon. I have Rolana's helmet and armor with the Beast Champion's gloves and greaves to give us way over the 51 poise, but also gives us a nice defensive armor as we are also casting spells as well. For the talismans, I'm using the Shard of Alexander, Godfrey Icon, the Magic Scorpion Charm, and the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman to kind of offset the damage that we are taking from the Magic Scorpion Charm. For the flask, I'm using the Magic Shroud and Crack Tier and the Stone Barbed Crack Tier, so that way we can stance break enemies with our Ash of War and or our Claymore. And I like running the Pickled Turtleneck, or if you have the Well-Pickled Turtleneck, which greatly boosts the stamina recovery, that one's a really good one to have as well. So if you have the better version of the Pickled Turtleneck, I just like having this with this class. Now, as for the stat distribution, we have 60 Vigor, 30 Mind, 25 Endurance, 55 Strength, 13 Dexterity, 80 Intelligence, 7 Faith, and 9 Arcane. This is my astrologer guy, so this is the best optimized stat distribution that I have come up with this build. And as for the summon, I like using the Tailu Golem Smith. He's one of the best tanks summons in the game, especially because we are using a mix of casting spells and melee. So I like having Tailu. He's just a great tank summon to have, one of the best tank summons. I actually beat Radon with this. So yeah, I like running Tailu the Golem Smith. And of course for the Great Runes, we are using the Radon's Great Rune. Now as for the spells, I like having Terra Magica. This boosts our magic damage. Great Blade Phalanx, because this can also stun enemies while we are in the midst of casting our Carian Sovereignty Ash of War. I have Night Comet because it's one of the best spells, range spells I should say. Plus it's silent, so you can take enemies out from afar. And I just have the Gavel of Haima because you can also stun lock enemies with that. And then we are using the Ronnie's Dark Moon because it can also proc Frostbite and also puts a debuff on the enemy. You guys know I like running that spell because it lowers the magic damage negation onto enemies, so it puts a debuff on them. And then of course we have the Carian Sovereignty Ash of War. Great Ash of War, does a giant slam with a wave attack which can hit twice, and then it does a sweep after that. So at level 50, this is kind of the stat distribution that you want to have. You want to have 30 Vigor, 15 Mind, 9 Endurance, 8 Strength, 12 Dexterity, 39 Intelligence, 7 Faith, and 9 Arcane. And you'll basically have the weapons that you'll have in the Astrologer Starter Guide video. And then at level 100, you want to have this stat distribution: 40 Vigor, 28 Mind, 15 Endurance, 8 Strength, 12 Dexterity, 60 Intelligence, 7 Faith, and 9 Arcane. You'll still want to be using the Meteorite Staff usually at this point, but at 60 Intelligence you can use the Carian Regal Scepter. Now at level 150, you want to kind of have something that looks like this: 60 Vigor, 30 Mind, 15 Endurance, 15 Strength, 13 Dex, and 80 Intelligence. This is where you can start using the Claymore, or again, you can, put points in something else. I do have the build, this is more of a pure intelligence setup, but again, the Dark Moon build will have a slightly different stat distribution, so take a look at that one. But that is kind of where the ballpark that you want to have with at level 150. And then finally at level 200, for the build that I'm having right now, I have 60 Vigor, 30 Mind, the 25 Endurance, 55 Strength, 13 Dex, and 80 Intelligence, 7 Faith, and 9 Arcane. The one I just showed you guys, so this is where you want to be with this Carian Sovereignty build with the spells that I have. And that pretty much sums up my ultimate intelligence guide all the way from level 50 up to 200. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Again, like I said, we'll have more videos, especially with new games coming up here soon, such as Black Myth Wukong, Space Marine, Star Wars, Remnant 2, Final DLC, all this other fun stuff here on the channel. So if you guys are into that, make sure to, hit that bell icon so that way YouTube can notify you every time one of our videos goes live. Again, we'll be streaming always, like every week. I know my streaming schedule is kind of scattered right now. I recently lost my job, so I've been trying to provide more videos and more informative videos while we wait for Black Myth Wukong. But I know you guys love the Elden Ring content, so I just wanted to put this intelligence guide, because I know a lot of you like watching the starter guide for the Astrologer, so I kind of wanted to put this out there so that way there's like a final video all the way up until the DLC with this Carian Sovereignty build. So but I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Again, all the links in the description below if you want to become a member of the channel with early access to videos such as this one, and or if you want to become a member of our Discord and talk about other games and share content and all that other stuff, just have fun and talk about games, and all those links will be down below. So again, I greatly appreciate you guys. Again, the amount of support for the channel has been absolutely amazing, especially with us hitting over 1,000, and we are continue climbing, and we got plenty of more games and stuff coming out. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.